Most of us, if we have so much as a flu or a cold, we pop a pill. Is this problematic, and if so, how?
To answer your question, yes, the dominant system of medicine by far today is allopathy, and a lot of it is actually controlled, manipulated, if I may use that word, by the pharma industry, and that's why we call it big pharma, because there's lots of money that is being spent all over the world to make sure that it remains dominant. And anytime, anything like homeopathy, which I call challenger medicine, because according to World Health Organization, it is the second largest system of medicine in the world, and this is the fastest growing. While big pharma is growing at 10%, homeopathy is growing at 25%, back to back all over the world. And so it's the second largest system of medicine in the world, and it's the youngest. So anything which is challenger medicine, anything which gets challenged is always put down. So I think that's a very valid point that you make, that we also preconditioned to just use what we see. And I think to be fair to everybody, you must let the consumer decide what works for him or her and allow them to make that choice. What's also happening is that we also trying to find quick solutions, and it's actually made us into a pill popping generation, as you said. So we're not just pill poppers, we are a generation of pill poppers. And pill popping has its own, severe drawbacks, I would say. There was a research that was done in India. I'm not very happy to tell you that, but to share that more than 53% of people in India self-medicate.
More than 53%?
Yes. And in America alone, last year, around 200,000 people died of over-medication and self-medication. It's a global phenomenon. It's not just in India, it's all over the world.
So for the viewers, sir, when we say self-medicating, it would be as simple as if I find myself sick, I would go to the local chemist and ask him कि मुझे ये problem है, please prescribe me something, correct? Or I would apply my own head, open my first aid box and pop a pill.
I mean, you're forgetting technology and you've totally forgotten Dr. Google.
Yes.
The WhatsApp University and the Dr. Google University are very, very strong universities in today's world. And people get carried away with whatever anybody writes and they don't bother to go to the doctor to check. And all they do is that they then even order online. They don't even need to go to the chemist. So today you get all these medicines available so easily. So you self-medicate, and you just think, why should I go to the doctor? And I mean, it's also a social problem because we don't have that many doctors and doctors don't have time. So again, you tend to think, okay, small headache, let me just take a pill. And paracetamol is the largest misused medicine among others. So it's NSAIDs, which is for anti-inflammatory, which people use for arthritis and joint pains.
Okay.
Paracetamol, which you use for headaches, fever and things like that. And sometimes stomach problem like antacids and for acidity and things. So these are the commonest which are self-use. But all of them have severe side effects. But more important than that, what happens is, let's understand that fever and pain is your body's first sign of telling you that something is wrong. And when you don't listen to it, and when you suppress it, and when you subdue it, you can actually miss something very big. So for example, a headache can be because of stress, it can be because of sinuses, also because of a brain tumor. Now, if you keep getting headaches, it can be migraine, there are so many causes for headaches. So if you keep suppressing it by a painkiller, and God forbid if it ever was a tumor, and it then grows, and then you get paralytic because it presses on a nerve. So you could actually be missing something very important because you're self-treating yourself. And you could be masking something more dangerous, which is in your body. So always listen to your body. That's the first thing I always tell everybody. Your body is in absolute balance with nature. And anything that happens which is outside the balance, your body will tell you that. So headache is the first sign of not keeping well. I mean, in homeopathy, we believe even more. What we believe is, for example, is what is disease? It's just discomfort. And we believe that good health is a combination of physical health, emotional health and spiritual health. And it must all be very well balanced. And if it's not balanced and there's slight imbalance anywhere else, then you're a sick person. And I always give this example. If you're capable of giving 100 units of work and you're giving only 80, then you're a sick person. Everybody has their own individual level. I may give 100, you may give 200. But if you're capable of giving 200 and you're giving only 100, then you're not well. There's something wrong with you because output that you're giving is not as per your capacity and therefore you're sick.
So for the viewers, sir, when we talk about allopathic medicine, what exactly is it doing when you pop a pill, an allopathic pill? What exactly is it doing to the system? It's certainly not uprooting the disease. What is it doing?
So it's a chemical reaction because it believes everything is chemically induced and disease is chemically induced, and therefore it negates that effect, which is what it does.
So it suppresses.
It suppresses, it controls it for the time being, but it never gets rid of it from the root. And that's what's dangerous.
If you enjoyed watching this content, you can watch the full in-depth video on the Body to Being podcast hosted on Shlloka YouTube channel. To continue watching shorter pieces of this content, you can subscribe to Shlloka Clips on YouTube. Don't forget to like this video and follow us on Spotify. Pranam.